It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC North. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions, next on Madden Football.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done, in his mind, each and every time.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Caleb Evans in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Play fake. Cousins. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You say, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone, playing through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
first down. They run again. Here's Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down, Hooker. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Looking to throw. Hooker. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game would be ideal.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins looking middle, and that's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On play action, Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Charles Harris with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Hooker. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. working with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Hooker. And his throw here is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing on first down. Hooker, and that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Hooker, he finds his man, complete. It's Reynolds. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On first down, Hooker. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Play action now. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Cousins to throw it.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to throw. Hooker firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Hooker. He finds his man, complete. It's Reynolds.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Gibbs, and a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
To throw on 2nd down. Hooker, slant pass. He's got Reynolds. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He's got some room to operate. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Hooker toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions have moved out in front. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw caught there by Osborne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
from all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Cousins now. Now he's forced out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Cousins.
He's got a man, complete. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Off the play fake, Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Second and 9.
Give to Cook out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Looking for a seam, but finding none. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota.
This a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Good catch and excellent creation of a big play downfield, and I can guarantee you this. That's not a play this defense has practiced against in the days leading up to this game.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Hooker. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hooker.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now out comes Minnesota. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. To throw is Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne.
And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on third and inches.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only a scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And the Vikings now heading on to the field. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing is Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. Finding room at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing, Cousins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Cameron Sutton, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 50.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw, Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
KJ Osborne,
38 yards.
and the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is down to a field goal. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
So here come the Lions now. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Hooker. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The quick slant good for a first down, a gain of 12. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hooker.
Targets and finds Reynolds once more.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He's got it. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Hooker escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports halftime report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Vikings in that first half. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On 2nd and very short, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there on the first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Normally that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait to 2nd or 3rd down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Cousins. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hooker. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hooker, that's taken in, complete to Reynolds.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Looking to throw. Hooker. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And it's good enough for a Detroit first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on first down. Hooker. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Gibbs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Hooker. will find his man on the outside. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Running for it, Montgomery. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Hooker. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Hooker. And he'll just get rid of it.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Hooker. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And that's one of those calls where you play it safe, but you're hoping that maybe something might spring for you, because instead of forcing ball downfield on 3rd and long, maybe you can hit them with something underneath, break a tackle or two, pick up a block, and see what happens. Not here, though. Good job reading the screen, and it sets up 4th down.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Badgley's kick is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that, because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Cousins to throw it. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, Cousins rolling to his right. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Throw left side to Reynolds.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll run on 1st down. Gibbs, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember, the last time out, They fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll try the middle with Cook. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins now. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibbs. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Hooker.
Throw caught by Raymond.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
To throw is Cousins.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook
Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So out now come the Lions. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The throw over the middle, taken in. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
The Lions on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw again. Open man right side is St. Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you can make excuses for each and every one of them, but the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Following the fumble recovery, Hooker. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. Gibbs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions will add to their 4th quarter lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Badgley on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And out now come the Vikings. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one too low.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
We gotta be big time now. You know what we need, baby. Let's be smart. Let's play ball. They can't stay with us.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's Cook again.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Cousins. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They've had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Lions will take over. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Hooker. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. Dances by him, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Let's go, fellas.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They can't read us well.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for your kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.